Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Spencer. I'm back. I'm gonna kind of recap the first 2 weeks of the season and tell you what's coming up this week and where I think I should be able to go over the next couple of weeks, because we got a really big stretch of meets. So let's start off with the recap. First meet obviously was the OAC North Split meet, and I was set to run in the 5K, and there weren't many people in the 5K, so in my opinion that doesn't help me, but I'm not gonna use that as an excuse for being out in limbo for a good part of the race. I kind of fell asleep during the race, and I just kind of settled in to a pace that was a little too slow for what I was looking for. All I really had to do was simple. All I had to do was just tuck into the pack and the pack of the leading four, and I would have ran my way to 16:0 something. And that just didn't happen. I thought the pace was too hot, and I was right on pace actually. So that was my fault for at the same time not recognizing that. So I'm gonna chalk that race up as an L. I ran 16:33 and then had a good workout afterwards, and it's just kind of annoying sometimes when your race doesn't go as planned, and then you go and you have a really good workout. And I mean, I had the right to be upset after that race, and there's not really much else to be said. If you want to go back and look at vlog number 19 of the OAC North Split meet, that will be up here towards the latter end of the video. It'll be somewhere on the screen actually, so you can go back and check that out. For meet number 2, we were at home for the Dr. William Taraski Classic, which was formerly known as the BW Mid-January meet. Usually it's a pretty decently powered meet. Buff State usually comes down, but they all decided to fuck off and go to Spire. So the meet was a little lower key, which is good for some of the younger guys. I was still trying to hit a conference in All-Ohio mark, or at least be in the position to hit those marks this week, and I'm sitting 22nd in the state of Ohio. I'll have a list of the top 25 in the 3,000 meters over here somewhere, and I'll have a list of the 5,000 as well, for those of you who are wondering what 16:33 puts me at. I ended up running a PR by 1.13 seconds. I didn't even realize it at the time. I went out really hard, and I paid for it on the back. And stuff like that is generally annoying, especially when I think I'm at like a 10:04 2-mile fitness level, or a 10:02 2-mile, or 10:03 32, excuse me. That's what I was looking for in terms of pace, and that would have given me, let me think here, a 10:03 would have given me like a 9:23 or something like that. Officially in the books, it's a 1.13 second PR from last year. However, I said in vlog 20 that it is not the fastest I've ran in my little post-race rant. And I definitely still maintain my belief from that video that I am in better shape than cross-country season. It's just the cross-country workouts have a lot more volume and a lot less speed, and running a 3K makes it a lot easier to go out, because it's such a quick race that you don't even realize it's over by the time it is over on an outdoor track. So I ran 9:25 before the regional championships in cross for my 3K time trial, which was an improvement of 25 seconds from August after coming off of a 90+ mile week that week. And that was in August when I ran that 950 and had a 90+ mile week. So I mean, yeah, like it is kind of frustrating, but I ended up helping Andrew a lot. Again, props to Andrew. He ran a really good race. He was seated 9:45, absolutely shattered expectations for his first race back, I think, and I'm really proud of the kid. So, you know, like I said, I'm in the top 25 All-State Division III for this All-Ohio meet, and usually they take the top 16, which means I have to jump up, I think, into the low 920s or the high 9-teens, like 917, 916. But All-Ohio is after this meet, and I'm running the 5K, so I got one good shot here. So with that being said, that's the recap of the first couple weeks. Little frustrated, but you know, I've been to the Hurt Locker twice, and you know, this was a meet last year. This week's meet up in Michigan was the meet where I ran significantly better, finally broke 17 indoors for 5K, and even though I had a half-second PR, I made a really stupid decision. I'll talk about the history of this meet right now, because that's the meet we got coming up, and then after that's All-Ohio in mid-February. So, like I said, this week we're going up to Michigan for the Hillsdale Wide Track Classic. Again, at this point, when I'm making the video, I don't know if I'm going or not. I'll put a little blurb up on the screen over here and tell you if I'm going or not, because I don't plan to have this up on Monday, because I still have to go in and make a couple of changes to this video, yada yada yada. But I'm going up there. I'm running the 5K and the mile. I really think I'm in 4:41 mile shape, which would give me 15th in the state for Division III college, that is, for those of you who are curious. So I have a really good chance to do one or possibly two events at All-Ohio. The past 2 years, All-Ohio has taken 16 flat, and that's the jump that I have to make. I made a 28-second jump from my first 5K last indoor season to the second 5K that I ran. And I mean, it also kind of helped that I was on a wider track, and there was more space, even though it is a 200-meter track. It's a 75-meter curve and a 25-meter straight to make up the 100 meters, and then it's the same all the way around. So 75 on the turns and 25 apiece on the front and back straightaways. So that makes 200-meter wide track. This is a really high-powered meet that we're going to this Friday and Saturday. So there's going to be at least some footage from the meet. I don't know if I'm going to make a day 1 and a day 2 vlog and release those on back-to-back days. I'll make that decision when I get there. But with that being said, like I said, Hillsdale, super high-powered meet. There's actually some Division I schools that go, and we get to see D1, D2, Division III NAIA schools. We also get to see some people who are super fit but are running unattached, and that's how the 5K was last year. It was a championship section, and Isaac, who I don't think broke 16 to that point indoors. Went like 16.0 something, and that's where he qualified for conference in the 5K last year. So I feel like this is the meet where I need to make that big jump, because we have All Ohio in mid-February the following week. So with that being said, I think it'll be a down week into All Ohio, I think. But this is like the meet where I need to make that choice. I have 2 events, and like I said, I have a really good shot, I think, in both events. The 5K, I'm 20th in NCAA Division III in the state of Ohio for 5,000 meters. There's someone who's around 14:41, and that was a kid from Ohio Northern. And you'll more typically hear me refer to them as Northern or the Polar Bears or something like that. There's actually a couple of kids, one from John Carroll, the other from Northern, who have broken 15. So I'm going to be racing those guys hopefully at the conference meet. I'm probably set to go for this meet. I'm super excited for this meet specifically because, like I said, it's a super high-powered meet. I will probably be in the championship section of the 5,000 because that's how it was last year, and I'm hoping that's how it is this year. And then I'll probably be in the open mile because the people who ran the championship sections of the men's mile were like sub 420 or sub 410 milers. I think there was like a 405 mile ran that won the championship section, and what won the open section is like 419 or 420, something like that. It was like low or high 14s. Can't remember off the top of my head. But we got a really big meet coming up this week, followed by another really big meet. And then hopefully if I'm in All Ohio, I'll just get to hang out and do more of the recruiting side of things at the mid-February meet. If not, I'll be running. I'll talk about that when I get there. But that's kind of my recap. So kind of a frustrating start for me because I feel like I'm a little bit fitter than what I'm showing. And with that being said, got some good workouts coming up this week. I don't want to divulge exactly what we're doing, but with that being said, again, thanks for watching the video. If you like this style of video, not like the one take style, but just me recapping a couple of weeks at a time up through conference and last chance and stuff like that, leave a comment down below, like this video. If you also want to see more of these kinds of sit down and talk videos, I personally like doing stuff like this, sit down and talk type of videos. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one. Deuces.